Hey, what's up you guys? It's Simon. Welcome back to my channel. So before we get into the main topic of today's video, I just want to apologize again that I'm so sorry about the lighting in this video. I promise by February things will be a lot more consistent lighting wise, but obviously some of these videos were pre-filmed back in December when I was still in my older setup, so things are not as cohesive this month, but they will be by February, promise. Anyways, so today's video is not something that I normally would talk about on this channel. Obviously, you guys know I like to keep things fun and lighthearted and wholesome because there's enough negativity going on in the world. A lot of us are tired, especially after 2020, and just want to put on an art video sometimes and draw along and relax, but I saw something recently that made me livid and I decided to make a video on it because if I can reach even one person that thinks like this and change their mind, I'll have hopefully made a little bit of a difference. So if you haven't read the title yet, we're obviously talking about sexism in the art industry. Recently, I was on Facebook where I'm in a handful of various different art groups, and art groups are a really good tool to not only market yourself and share your work, but also find work from others that you find both interesting and inspiring so you can in turn support other artists. But just like in any group, there's also going to be comics and memes and jokes related to making, selling, producing art in some way, shape, or form. And in one of these groups, I saw a comic, which was a parody of that Unpleasant Truths versus Comforting Lies comic, except they'd edited it to show that at one booth, a woman was displaying her art of like a badly drawn eye, with people flocking to her booth, versus a man in the booth next to her drawing a photorealistic eye, with of course, nobody at his booth. And at first glance, I thought this was going to be one of those annoying, like, stylized art bad, realism art good types of comics, which is another argument in and of itself. But in order to save time, we are going to skip over that because we should all know by now that there's nothing wrong with stylized art. What there is something wrong with, though, was when I looked closer and I realized that no, this was one of those comics made by the worst type of art dudes who think that women are going to sell their art and get ahead in the art world purely because they're women, even if they think that their art is garbage. And to that, I have several things to say. So, firstly, blatantly, I want to say a big yikes. I'm not saying all men behave like this, obviously, but if some way, somehow, you are a man that thinks like this and you have found my channel, please listen. Women being women are not the reason that people don't like or support your art. Your following is based on a lot of different things. One of those things being luck, and another one of those things being how you market yourself. There are a lot of artists out there whose work maybe is not the best, but they still have a cult following because their personality is good. The energy that they bring to their work, whether that be through their interactions with fans, or their captions on their work, or how they behave on social media like Twitter, or Tumblr, or TikTok, or whatever social media you want to use to show your art. Part of the reason people follow you is because you make them feel some sort of way about something. So you might have some really, really good art that you worked super hard on, and people aren't noticing it, which, yeah, that feels terrible. I know we've all, as artists, worked on a piece for hours and expected our followers to really like it, and it ended up being one of our worst performing pieces. But to say that people didn't enjoy it and scrolled past your piece purely because there was a woman standing next to a painting in the post below doesn't make any sense. It's like people like that are operating under the belief that you're only allowed to like one artist's post. If you're going through the explore page on Instagram and you see a woman posing next to her canvas and you like it, that does not mean that you are therefore banned from liking a photorealistic drawing of Paul McCartney or something immediately after. But if that woman's art, yes, has an image of herself in it and is well lit and photographed with an interesting caption, and yours is photographed in the dark with a grainy camera quality and captions something like Paul McCartney, colored pencil on toned paper, see 2020, somebody's gonna scroll past that. There's nothing that grabs attention, because here's the thing. It's totally okay to draw realism. Obviously, something that gets people really, really popular on Instagram is doing photorealistic colored pencil drawings of celebrities. But if you're not doing anything to make it more interesting and to impart your own personality into your work and your captions, people aren't going to care about it as much. And once again, it is not because there are other artists out there who are women that are just taking away all of your likes. So let's take the exact same situation. Two artists, a woman smiling in like a well-lit room standing next to an oil painting of like the ocean or something with a funny caption. A man is standing next to the exact same painting and smiling in the exact same room with the exact same caption and lighting. Those posts are going to perform equally well because they make their art more personal. It lets people feel connected to them and their work, because that is the whole entire point of social media. It is to make connections and build a community that lets you interact with people. And a caption like Paul McCartney color pencil on tone paper C 2020 feels boring. It feels super cold. And that's exactly what it is. And it doesn't make me want to interact with your posts. Like, if you're captioning your work as if it's already in a museum and it has nothing about you as the artist, nothing about how you made the piece or like what you were thinking about as you were making it, it's just exactly what it is. Where do I go? What do I do with that? Another aspect of this same sort of thing that I want to touch on: women are allowed to be attractive. But here's the thing. So are men. Nobody has any right to police what somebody does with their body as long as they're not harming anyone. So, a little bit of a story time throughout this video. So something I used to see a lot of this is when I used to stream pretty frequently on Twitch, which I am going to mention because while Twitch isn't solely art-based, I and others occasionally use Twitch to stream art. I don't really stream there anymore, but fun fact, when I get the proper equipment, I might start doing traditional or like sketch streams at some point. I don't know. Anyways, when I was really serious about Twitch, I was in Twitch stream groups, and something that I kept seeing over and over and over was people complaining about children cover your ears, titty streamers, which more often than not weren't even women being overly sexual. I saw a girl in a literal sweater. It was not like a tight fit, like knit sweater. It was like a big, baggy, like thick material crew neck sweater, who posted a link to her stream where she was playing a video game. Again, she's fully clothed. And people were complaining about her being too sexy and how they worked so hard for their views, while these women get views solely because they're women. She literally even changed her outfit and changed the promo photo because she felt like she did something wrong, and people were still complaining about it. But these same dudes had streams with either no overlay or really poorly done overlays that they didn't really have anything customized for, no alerts, no layouts, no badges, anything like that. And they were playing games that are incredibly popular, like Minecraft and Fortnite, games that hundreds, if not thousands of people are also streaming at the same time. So if your stream looks basic, and you're playing an oversaturated game, and you don't do anything to make your own stream stand out, you are the problem, not women literally just being women. You also, again, do not get to police women's bodies. I do not care if a woman's way of marketing herself means using the fact that people heavily objectify and sexualize women to her advantage. She has every right to do that, especially when that's what society expects and pressures her to do. Companies use women in their bodies to sell their products, so why can a woman not do the exact same thing when it comes to her own art or her business? Also, fun fact, nothing is stopping men from using the exact, mindset. People that are attracted to men exist in this world. Flex next to your canvas, dude. Nobody is stopping you. The last thing I want to say is something that's important in general and not just in regards to the topic, and that is the fact that worrying about your numbers, whether that be on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook or YouTube or whatever, is not going to help you grow those numbers. It's totally okay to check your follower count from time to time or even celebrate milestones. I know I recently celebrated, I think, 2K, but comparing your numbers to people you admire is just gonna make you feel like garbage. You're going to constantly put yourself in the mindset that your work isn't good enough because you don't have any or have as many followers as like whatever artist that you admire, and that just isn't true. One of my biggest pieces of advice that I tell people when starting YouTube or Instagram or sharing their work in general is to focus on your art and have fun with your art rather than worry about how many likes you get, because when you're just having fun, your personality shines through more, and like I keep telling y'all, that is what makes people enjoy your work more, and that's what's going to help you grow, and you will grow, I promise. There's a lot more to be said on this topic, but I'm speaking on what I've seen from my own personal experience. However, I would strongly encourage everybody to do some research on the topic. Sorry about the ranty video, you guys. It's just something that really gets under my skin, because all this mentality does is damage both sides of the argument. It belittles women who share their art, and it doesn't help the men who supposedly think that they're taking their audience away. I hope this was informative. It's not really my style of video that I tend to do very often, but like I said, it's something I just felt like I really needed to talk about. If you guys want something a little bit more lighthearted, you can check out all the other videos on my channel, because there's over literally 100 different videos. I also want to give a shout out to my patrons, Elise Thompson, Duran, Mandy, Puppy Paws, Schleeps, and Created by Twins. You guys are the best. I'm so excited about all of the new Patreon things coming here this month. You guys have no idea. Some of those things might already be out. Like I said, I changed up some of the tier rewards, so now there's digital downloads and things like that. I've already got these sticker sheets and the prints designed, so when you sign up for the $15 tier, which is now, it was previously a non-existent tier. I used to have the $10 tier and the $20 tier that I have combined to make the $15 matcha mail tier. So when you subscribe to the matcha mail tier, you literally get a print and a sticker pack along with all of the other stuff you get in the other tiers. So it's really, really cool. I'm so excited to start doing those. I can't wait to start designing the ones for future months. And also, if you're a $1 patron, I've mentioned this before, but I'm still so excited about it. If you're a $1 patron, you can now vote and decide like the merch theme, so you get to decide on the theme for the digital download, as well as sometimes the wallpapers, the line art, coloring page, what have you, and then of course the matcha mail print designs and stuff like that. So if that's something that you're interested in, please go check out my Patreon. It'll be linked down in the description alongside all of my other social media. I love you guys so much. Again, sorry about the rant, but I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. I guess if you have any opinions, I definitely want to hear them down below. I feel like stuff like this really needs to get discussed more, because we kind of just see it, and it does get talked about very often, but I haven't really seen it in like art, like community videos on YouTube. So I definitely want to start some discussion about that. So if you guys have anything to say, leave it in the comments, whether you agree or disagree with me. I want to hear from you guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.